But essentially, when we first came up with the idea, it was wanted something to do with Rube Goldberg contraptions. Like, we wanted to chain traps, build machines that chain to one another, and moving parts around, something really complicated.
Initially, our instructor gave us an assignment to come up with 3 ideas, elevator pitch. So a few of us came up with different ideas. We came together in a group and discussed about what idea worked, what did not work. And in the end, we cut down to 3 ideas. One is what you see today, Foxglove.
Initially, when I heard about the idea, we really didn't understand what was the Victorian steampunk about. So we had to do a lot of research. And also, the biggest challenge is to actually create all the assets within the limited resource, because we only have 2 artists in our team. So that was the biggest challenge we had. So one of the initial concept for our Foxglove main character was that she has to be in a Victorian steampunk. So what is exactly Victorian steampunk? Steampunk, as we know, is more like cogs and gears meshed together, making more machinery look. And Victorian has a very certain aesthetic look to it, like more excessive, more decorative. So to match them both together, what we need is her to have some Victorian blouses, over excessively decorated with gears and cogs.
As for the characteristic of the enemies, apart from making them look intimidating and scary, we also try to emphasize on the funny and humorous element. The way we achieve that is apart from the design itself, so we also try to emphasize on the animation, the way they move, so it looks very funny and very choppy kind of movement.
The music of Foxglove is set in the Victorian period, which is a time or period stretching from the late 1800s all the way till the First World War in 1914. The role of the music is there to enhance the mood of the environment and for the player. There's sweeping strings that highlight the grandeur of London during its golden age, as well as undertones of danger and mischievousness.
So once we come up with the game design, we realized that we have to face a lot of technical challenges because we want to build a game that is top-down view, puzzle, adventure, steampunk. But the engine that we're using is first-person shooting games that created Half-Life. So actually, we realized that we will require a lot of help from the programmers to implement all these trap mechanics into the games.
So for programmers, one of the challenges was to use Source SDK. It's the first professional game engine that we use to create a game. The main game mechanic of this game is the traps. So we need to make the trap behave in a way that the player expects it to be.
While we actually set out to have an experimental sort of gameplay in mind when we conceptualized the game, we actually had some of the unexpected successes coming through the players. What I mean is that players actually solved our puzzles in much simpler ways that we actually designed it for. For example, for a 5-step puzzle, some of the players actually came up with solutions with 3 or even 4 traps. So that was like a pleasant surprise for us.
I think we have a pretty close relationship with the designers, isn't it?
Really?
So I think one of the main challenges of programmers working with designers was that we need to translate their ideas into a working prototype that they can play test with. So I think a lot of times they were pretty receptive to our ideas as well. And a lot of times when they find a certain bug in a game, they would just yell our name out. I think it's only for you. I think that helped in a way because they made us aware of the issue so that we can fix it really quick so that the bugs don't pile up and stop the process of the game development. I think that helps. Thanks.
So throughout this whole process, I'm really glad that the whole team actually put in a lot of commitment for this game. So we stayed for late nights and we worked and we tried to make this game the best as we could.
At the start, it was really painful to watch other people play our game. We watched playtesters take our game and just destroy it. And the whole process was about trying to make it easier for them to play and trying to make it less painful for us to watch them play the game. We had our vision, but they had their play style, and we had to try, meet in the middle.